Hey guys, so I'm about to put this phone on charge. It's 23%. I was questioning about doing this video because I am aware of. I do my very best to be aware of my surroundings. At the same time, it's like when I wasn't hanging around with my closest friends and those real closest to me, then I would do what I can to fit in because we were raised that there was something wrong with us. Neurodivergent people. So, or whatever, just, oddballs, weirdos, freaks. Yeah, if you're a bit of an oddball, if you're a bit of a weirdo, freak, if you're just a little bit different, if you're artsy and crafty, all that stuff. And now it's like, hey, there's like traits, because all the things with Google and that's all done by neurotypical people. What I'm saying is I'm not there to see who does it, but all those things that I used to fit when I was younger is now like how they describe people who have neurodivergence, and so it's just now I have the label. So now it's like I do my best to be aware because I don't want to be a burden to anybody or hassle to anyone, but at the same time I'm not willing to how do I put it, betray myself. I'm not willing to not be myself in order to fit in, and then go and hang out with my closest friends of like 3 or 4 people or something, and do what I want to do at home, providing that my parents didn't hate it. But I used to find ways, like if I knew they wouldn't be home for 3-4 hours, I get home from school, they might not be home for another few more hours, so hush hush, don't tell mum and dad that we were watching this film that I hired from the video store. I'll put the video up in the underneath my bed type of thing. I know they're not home for 4 hours and the video takes 1 hour. So don't tell. Okay, Daniel, I won't. My sister Laura. My sister Laura, she's alright. See, roles in family can actually it affects everyone differently. She was like, I used to have my parents say, why aren't you like your sister, everything she touched turns to gold, because I was being sabotaged and stuff. But then she left home, and then when she left home, I was like 22. She was 20, and I was like, yes, finally she's gone, so now I'm going to receive my parents' love. That didn't happen. Oh, good. Anyway, change. Now, the thing is if you've always been viewed as the bottom of society and a bit of all that type of thing, and things improve and stuff, it's like, if you went from being perceived as the bottom of society and absolute nobody and worth nothing to the majority, but then you hang out with your friends and had a good time, and all of a sudden now you got this applause, or you got put in this high position of authority where there was no one over you and you were making all this money like you're a multi-millionaire and all this, it'd actually be very, very traumatizing. People say they want that, but they would be traumatized. they would be scared shitless, and that's a reality. I was always pushing for those things, but I've come to realise those things. But now it's like, okay, so I've earned the autonomy to do everything I want here in this place. I've earned the autonomy to that people don't harass me and like, well, you know what I mean, like they might make fun of me and stuff and that and spread rumours and show up where I'm at, but they don't do anything to, one, get me fired, they don't do anything to hold back my career, they don't do anything to ruin the friendships with a few who are closest to me. They don't do any of those things. I've earned all those things and I'm comfortable in that freedom. But I've always wanted more, but at the same time I know it's traumatizing to go from one to the next. So yeah, change happens over time. You know, you can't be like perceived as the bottom of society for, well, the thing is, this is like, you know, you can be treated that way and then people know there's something different about you and you're a bit of a weirdo, a bit of an oddball, all this type of thing. But in your 20s is when everyone just branches way apart. Because I'm just thinking, social rules. See, people like me, I'm like, I'll do what's right when I'm surrounded by people and I'll be seen. You know, and what I mean by what's right is what's right to my conscience. Like what's right in my mind. I care about those closest to me rather than those furthest away. But I don't want to hurt other people. I mean, like, I don't want myself and my closest friends to get ahead in life at the expense of those who aren't close to me, at the expense of another country, another village, another whatever. But if I do have to choose between the two, I'll always choose myself and those closest to me. But you know, I think this because our parents' generation was like, look how awesome and loving we are and great to the public, and be quite the opposite to us. But again, my sister left home when she was 20 and I was 22. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to be loved by my parents for the first time. Nope. I'm okay with that. There was no love. So, change. You know, and now all of a sudden you go up. See, that's why I don't believe in the hierarchy, because I don't want to do to others what was done to me. But I do want to live the best life possible. You know, that's why it's like I'm just putting it straight out there about the whole security stuff I was talking about in my other video. You know, and I realised that there's a place for defiance in this society, but you don't just be defiant for the sake of defiant. It's like, okay, so like we didn't like all these things, and we rose up and we did what we can to change it, and we resisted and we were defiant. But then like things changed and all of a sudden it was like this, and it was going to be of no harm, it was going to be of benefit for our community, for our people, and it's guaranteed, like it's set in stone, like laws changed and all this other stuff. But because we've always been defiant against that group when these other people were in power before they stepped down and then replaced by others and things got better, because we've always been like that, we always will be like that. That's called being defiant and rebellious, just for the sake of being defiant and rebellious. There's no point behind it. And the next step is to get past that and be like, okay, well, you know, here's all these skills, and there's industries that are willing to give us six-figure jobs once we've got a bit of time, we've got some skills and qualifications in that area, and they're seeking for people like us. So that's where we should go and put our effort in and make the most of life.